So we're back with a brand new game. This time we're checking out Welcome to the Dungeon. This is an IELLO game. It's a mini game. It's designed to play for 30 minutes, 2 to 4 players, and they recommend 10 and up just because of like the gameplay mechanics. It's a pretty interesting and fun-placed game. The idea being is that you're trying to go through these dungeons, and the general idea is that you want to be either the one that gets through all your dungeons, or you want to be the last living character on the game. You've got a lot of really cool item tokens in the game. I'm not going to bother punch these out right now yet, but just to show you, here are your characters. You've got your barbarian, warrior, rogue, and mage. They get their health points. And they're double-sided cards. Nothing really new about that, but those are yours. And these are just the items that you can basically pick up in the game to make your character a little cooler. Then we have our actual card deck here. You have player cards that specify like your like results, and then they have like if you take a hit, you then go to the next set, which will basically be a different setting color. So the way the gameplay works is you're going to take all these cards and you're going to shuffle them up and place them so you can't see them face down. The general idea being that you want to not know what's going to be on there. And during each player's turn, they draw a card, and they will see what the monster is. Now, monsters have a certain level of strength, which is equal to how much health damage you'll do to remove them from there. And then they have specifically like items on them, and that will probably be helpful for a couple of things. And so now you as a player can choose to either take one of the items off the table and discard it out of the game, or you can choose to place it down on the table. The idea is that you are either playing a monster or removing an item from the table that would help you basically do the dungeon. If you don't think you can take this dungeon and don't want to be in the bidding phase, you can choose to just pass your turn, but you're out of this round. The bidding phase continues until there's only one player left who's still in the round for bidding. And then after you basically placed all your monsters, you're able to see how many are on the table. You're able to see how many cards are on the table, but you can't see the monsters on the table because they're placed face down. So the general idea being is that once it's all been passed and someone's like, I know I can't take that one because it's really powerful, you would then take your hero character and all the items left on the table, and you would add up your max HP. Because some items, like for instance this the leather shield and the chainmail, increase your health, your actual HP. Some items like defeat one monster after you draw it once per dungeon. Those are going to be a card that you can basically expel out. Another ones like this one here will be defeat golems, all golems. Then this one is defeat monsters with strengths 3 or less. And so once you've gone through that, no matter how many monsters are on there, how many people have passed, the last player who's in there basically enters the dungeon phase. He takes his character, which is set for everybody on the table, and he's going to flip over the cards. And you can see here, he has to have 8 health points or more or items to get rid of these characters to go through. If he doesn't have enough, what's going to basically happen is that he fails, and then he will turn his card over. If he fails a second time, he's gone from the game. If he's able to succeed, he'll take a success card. If this is his first success card, the game continues on. If it's a second, he's won the game. So it's kind of a race for the first one to basically go through the dungeon twice, or be the last one still alive after everyone has basically been defeated. So it's kind of like a bidding game where you're trying to build a killer dungeon to take out other players, or trying to keep the dungeon just strong enough that you can get through. And then when you realize that you can't anymore, at this point you're kind of like guessing because you can see the cards. You bow out and leave it for the next player or so forth. It's a pretty fun, quick game designed specifically for, again, 2 to 4 players. not a lot of players. So you can see how bidding phase is going to end fast, because once somebody knows they can't make it through, they're going to bow out, and then so on and so forth until one is left. So it's pretty fast paced. It's pretty easy to set up and go for. And I think the artwork is really cool. One another really cool thing about this game, they did include a card that does have information for the artist on it, so you can use that capture code to, find that artist and his work, and then be able to like actually give them a little bit more, like, hey, we really appreciate your art in this game, which is cool. Well, hopefully this helps you guys out choosing to pick this game, and we will see you guys next time.